Alright guys, Rage and Reject here. I want to make one more video for the day. This is my third video, so I made 3 videos in a row. I'm going to upload them all at once. I usually don't make videos, but I thought I was in the mood to, it's my day off. I want to do something besides, YouTube, game, Netflix, watching Naruto, playing Fallout 4, and generally watching YouTube. And, just different things on YouTube. So, to change it up, I wanted to make videos, because it's fun. It's a hobby. I wish I had a better camera. Sorry for the lighting for anybody who actually, in the future enjoys my videos. Right now, I'm not really out and about because I don't really do videos much. But well, that's besides the point. All right, guys. I wanted to make a video on religion. I haven't done this in a while. I made a video on religion, a pretty good one, a while back. I have a little bit different. I know what I am. I know what I'm. There's a few things I want to say that I couldn't say, and a few different outlooks I want to address. Um. Okay, so I am agnostic. What an agnostic is, I've never actually heard. Yeah, I think I've heard it pronounced. So yeah, that's how you pronounce it. It don't seem like I've heard it pronounced very much. I've only really read it, the word. Uh, I actually looked it up myself because I was wondering what an agnostic was because somebody I think it was on a girl's profile or a guy's profile somewhere on a social network site. I don't know. And I was like curious to what that was, and I looked it up, and that was what I was. I'm not an atheist. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Buddhist. I'm not anything like that. Now, a lot of people probably mistaken agnostic for atheist or maybe Satanist. I don't know. But whatever. And an agnostic, for anybody who wants to know or doesn't know, um, it's a person who doesn't really believe in one way or another. It's pretty much you just open to believe, but you just don't choose to believe. You're just like kind of in that in between bar. There is agnostic atheist and there's agnostic Christian, as I believe it was the Amazing Atheist mentioned, or was it somebody else? I think it was somebody else, but basically you can lean more towards one than the other. It depends on my mood whether I go towards an atheist or a Christian. It depends on my mindset and how I view things. A lot of views. One thing I disagree on with the atheist side is when you die, you die. Black is black. Now, I don't know um, what comes after life. I just feel like my existence couldn't just be halted. Like I have to exist somehow in my head. I mean, that's just me. It just seems like crazy to think I couldn't exist. What would happen? I wouldn't know. There would be nothing. Like nothing would matter if I didn't exist. My views is the only thing that matters to me. So what? How would I not exist? It's like I don't understand that concept of like that. It drives me insane. Sorry, my phone's going off. But um, it's just I overthink things sometimes to where it makes me want to go insane. Like stuff like this not existing or um, I don't know other things. Like the creation of things. I don't understand how. Oh yeah, here's a one thing. I don't see how if there's a God, how could he always have existed? How can nothing have a beginning? Or how can you have always existed? How can you have always have had a mind or a thinking or a creative power? The way I think of it is God is not a person. He's a like a gas. He's a star. Um, with more of a I don't know. I think there is a natural balance. I don't really believe there's a God per se, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say there isn't one because I don't believe in the Bible. Let's just say that much. I don't believe in the Bible, not at all, because the Bible is flawed in so many ways. But I do believe there is a higher power of some sort. I don't. Well, I can't say I believe. I feel like there might be. I'm very open to that possibility. I believe that basically it's this. I believe there's stuff that we don't understand, we don't know, out there. I just don't, you know, basically I'm an atheist to the Bible God. I can say that much, but as a whole, I'm an open-minded person. I might make a fourth video because I just realized another video I want to do, but we'll talk about that later. But I'm an open-minded person. I believe anything is possible, or at least to a very uh, fair level, believable level. I believe anything is possible, but that's just I don't know. It's hard to say if there's a God or not. That's all I can say. Now, what do you guys think? What is the religion of you guys? This list below. If you're a Christian, that's cool. I'm okay with Christian. I don't bash on Christians. Or there's pretty much not on any other religion. I'm surprised. Jewish, very. I've never met a Jewish person in my life. I'm living here in Alabama, so maybe there is some, but as a whole, Christian is pretty much the only religion here. Uh, there's different forms of Christian. There's Methodist, Baptist. I'm not sure of the details of those things, but Catholic. Don't think there's. I think there's a Catholic church. I'm not sure. That basically is Methodist and Catholic. Yeah, Methodist and Baptist. Yeah, Cathodist. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it that I can think of here in Alabama, at least in the Birmingham area. Pretty much. Well, I don't live in the Birmingham area anymore, but yeah. So that's the gist of that. I've never been a Christian. Like basically, the reason I used to be, I was raised a Christian. My mom's a Christian, and I pretty much was afraid of hell. That bluntly said, but I was afraid of hell. It would terrify me just when I would get into the deep thought. Sometimes I can go into deep thought and it really becomes vivid, or at least realistic, and I can get kind of emotions from it if I think about it hard enough. And I was really good about thinking about hell, and it was really intense a little bit. It was really scary. A few times I have a few memories of it being really like, oh my god, I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell. But that was pretty much the reason for even being Christian at that point. And then as I got older, I think I was 11, might have been younger. I don't know. It was around that time. I just realized that there's just so many reasons to not believe in God. There's so many flaws, and later in life, I didn't even know there were so many flaws in the Bible. I never read the Bible. Obviously the kids' Bible books was very over the top and cartoonish. I think the first question I asked that really made me think, I'm not sure, it might not have been this, but the earliest my memory tells me, uh, that really made me think, wow, God probably doesn't exist. Was what was it? If all those things in the Bible happened, God talks to this guy, pretty much says you cannot turn back or you turn to stone, and stuff like that. He basically gives people advice, and he gives people consequences, and magical things happen. The whole Noah thing. And we can go on and on and on. Then you think to yourself, what has happened like that in the last 2,000 years? Nothing. Has anybody talked to God in the last 2,000 years? Has anybody been turned to stone? Has anybody been fucking? Has there ever been a sea parted? Has there been anything like that in magical land? There's been miracles, very vague miracles that you can probably brush off as coincidence. Nothing in the Bible is coincidence. The sea was parted. People turned to stone. That stuff was real. But yeah, that's pretty much one of the main reasons. Now, I did try to go Christian again when I had my breakup, mainly because I was trying to find positivity. Christianity. Um, I was trying to be as positive as because I had bad luck in my life. It seems like nothing really went right in my life, so I tried to turn to God. And I was like, I want Him to guide me in my life. If I Basically, it was a deal in my head where uh, if I am good and I believe in God, He will help me and He will bless my life and I will be happier and I will find true love and stuff like that. That was my mindset, It's like maybe, marriage is based on Christianity anyway, so if I would never be happy unless, and plus I never really heard of happy atheists really. They're all kind of negative. Look at the amazing atheists. But no, there's some happy ones. People generally, uh, you know, I've gotten older and I know more. It's more rare to find atheists. Well, actually, no. I would say it's probably rare to find true atheists. There's people who just generally don't really care, don't really follow Christianity. Those are the normal atheists that really don't proclaim I'm an atheist, and they don't really say it like that. Um, but yeah, basically, there's a lot of people I know that just including my fiance, who just don't really care. Just it's not even um, part of their mindset. It's like God, they don't um, it's not a very powerful opinion for them. It's just whatever, you know. Um, but yeah, for a while it seemed like it was very hard to find atheists like that. Like the amazing atheist, because that's the only people I really consider atheists because because I didn't really think about it. I assumed everybody was Christian, unless they was like, I'm an atheist, and like made it known to everybody. Um, so in my, I never really saw any happy atheist that was married. They was generally kind of dickish, honestly, and yeah, the atheist community kind of are dicks, generally. There's some nice ones. Now I know, but I've gotten older. I've seen more people. But for a while, most of them were dicks. Uh, and another good example for Christian. I think Mr. Repsion really, or was it Onision? Pretty much everybody covers this topic. Is Christians cause more wars than any other based thing. Religion, 9/11, everything is like almost Christian based. I would say burning the witches, but that has been proven false. They didn't burn them; they hanged them, and they didn't. I don't think it was for magic. I think it was for another reason. Another reason not to believe in old books is because there's been not only the Bible has been proven false in many many ways. There's also been proving a lot of other quote unquote fiction, nonfiction that proved that it wasn't true or it was way over exaggerated or it was not true in any way. And I'm not saying like I said, this is not the Bible. This is just generally I can't really name anything off my head, but I've heard over the years there's a lot of things that people think is true. Like I watched the 50 Facts guy, um, and there's just a lot of stuff that's like you think it's true, but it's not. Things we think exist that don't. There's so many things that you know hell, the Da Vinci Code. I don't know if that's real or not. It might not be. I think it is. It got a lot of hype for it to not be real, but I don't know. For to say basically Mary was Jesus's wife or sister, she was a hooker basically, and she wasn't a virgin. So if that was true, that's even more reason to not believe. There are so many things that's like making the Bible look faker and faker. Didn't I believe I heard that the Bible at one point said the world was flat. Yeah, I mean, does anybody need any more proof? I was watching the Young Turks, and they was talking about their view, God's view on abortion, and it's not at all pro-life. And there's very like the way God treats people, gay people or people who was a cheat or just stuff like that. I mean, yeah, cheaters, I hate them. They're bullshit, but I don't know, something else. There's like very. um aggressive, over the top consequences for stuff that's not that big of a deal. Thinking about sex as a sin, that's always been an issue. I'm like, you cannot help but be attracted to somebody and start thinking of them. You know, if their boobs are hanging out, you're seeing yourself, sucking on them babies. Yeah, you can't help that. You can't help that because it's a manly, at least straight guy thing. And gay people, they're not fucking just like, oh, I'm deciding I'm gay. Now lesbians, not all of them, but there's a lot of lesbians who decide they're lesbians. They're bullshit, and I hate those people. I hate lesbians who goes, I decided I'm lesbian because they hate men. That's a subject for another day. Um, yeah, that no. But generally, people gay are actually gay. People who are bi, I don't like bi people really. I'm not. I can't say I don't like bi people. I don't really like it that they don't really choose. I mean, if you're attracted to guys and girls, if you're like a guy, I can understand. No, and it's usually people who are raped. I could be wrong, but it seems like it's usually rape victims that tend to be bi. But at least guys wise, it does seem like I've never seen a guy that's bi that hasn't been raped. Um, but that's another subject for another day. But um, so that's why I don't really take bisexuality seriously. So what do you guys think on that all that subject? Or if you are bi, girls tend to be bi way more often. They're almost, well, maybe 60%. That might be generous. I don't know. It does seem like most girls are at least open. Hell, even most girls I've ever known at least will say, "Hey, that girl's attractive." Guys won't do that shit. There's some good looking guys out there that I want to look like. I can say that's a good looking guy. I wish I looked like him. I can say stuff like that, but I don't say, "Damn, he's hot." I don't say that. That makes me feel weird just saying that, even as an example. But no, I just no. Now it's went on to buy. Okay, I'm getting back to the subject, religion. Um, yeah, there's so many faulty things of religion. That makes you think, how can anybody actually believe this? Now, the way I see it is, people are afraid of hell, and people want to have the positive opinion. This even though God is more of a judgment punisher, than he's more of the devil than a very guardian angel type character. From the Bible anyway. That's just the way I see him. He's more of a. He's not all happy. He's has so many fucking rules, and he has so many, ways of punishing people, and he's not, always good. You have to obey his rules, or he doesn't care about you. He send you to hell. Put you in the trash. Set it on fire. And that's the way God is. Is that a kind of a God you want to worship? I mean, honestly. I don't want to worship no God like that. Uh, I want a God, a God that's forgiving, not one that forgives everything. Oh, if you confess all your sins, God will forgive them. Even if you rape and murder a little girl. I mean, I could be, misjudging that whole, God will forgive all your sins. But some sins are not to be forgiven, I would say. Like that. Anyway, that is yeah, basically my views. It's almost 20 minutes long. I'm not gonna make it any longer. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it through the video, thank you. Like I said, I don't have many views or subscribers right now because I just deleted my old channel, and my other channel it, it got flagged. But so I'm starting out again, but I haven't really been passionate about making videos. So I haven't, I would need all the help I can get. But like I said, this is just for fun, really. Anyway, so I don't really care that much. But I would like to start making videos more often. And, shorter than this. But this is a video I allowed it to go on longer because religion. have a lot of things to say. Thanks, guys.